Welcome back to another episode of Thanks for the Consult. I'm Fior. We have Aaron.
So,
We still have to remind him that he has to say something because not everybody watches. Some people just listen.
hello.
And
Greetings.
today we have a familiar face, Mr. Tyler Kelly. How are you?
Good. How are you? I want to do my ceremonial Aaron wave for those that watch.
There you go.
It's just the palm up, right? That's all it is.
Usually, yeah.
Sometimes it's spread fingers, sometimes together.
Ooh, isn't that like the Queen wave or something, or whatever? It's just like
That's one of these.
yeah.
The royalty wave, yes. You have to put a little, just a little bend here too, like you're holding a dove.
I've become a big fan of like the one where you're like wiping the window. You know what I mean? Yeah, like make it
Mr.
big.
Miyagi.
Yeah, wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. Hell yeah. Well, TK, before we jump into some stuff, I don't think we were doing this when you were on the first time. So we got to ask you, what is your favorite IV catheter?
Are we looking size specific, or are you looking like the including, not including?
Give me both.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Thank you,
The
Aaron.
podcast is your oyster.
So definitely self-including.
Booyakasha.
As much as they taught us, to hold pressure in class, biology's awesome. Being able to just like have that catheter hanging there for a second while I'm like grabbing the loop and the flush, it's kind of sick, and not having like worry about blood come flying out. Why are you shaking your head? You look like, are you Robert De Niro in me right now? What are you doing?
He's just mad that nobody else prefers non-occluding
No,
catheter.
basically, no. Here's what just happened. TK just hit us with I can't handle the pressure. That's what you said. You can't handle the pressure.
That's fine. If that's
That is not
if
what
that
happened.
is how you want to take that, I take your answer as being like I want to be different than everybody else, so I'm going to say.
I was the first one to stand on business on there. Don't even come at me with that, bro. I was the first person that got asked. I'm standing on business right now.
Okay. All right. I'll give it to you.
Listen, first doesn't always mean right.
No, but he's trying to act like I'm trying to be different than the other people. No, I was the first person to say what I thought about it. What are we talking about?
Well,
So
your kudos is
I'll be
good.
on OG status.
If we're talking, okay, Aaron,
you.
then if we're talking size, that's what she said. If we're talking size, what size?
You can't. That's what she said yourself.
I did. I got it before you did.
I put 24s in everybody.
I'm sorry. You said 24?
Mm-hmm. That's the first thing. That's the first thing I go for.
That's impressive.
Well, I think most people get fluid overload, so I just won't let that happen. Even when doing a fluid resuscitation, just like,
Please
use a
tell
24 to engorge the veins. That way you can put in a 22.
What do you do? Like Russian nesting doll your IV catheter?
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me, he's just being an idiot.
No, that's fine. To each his own.
Fior, what are you talking about?
Each cook has their own recipe, Fior. Let them cook.
We know this isn't how he cooks.
No, so obviously self-including for the win. If I had to pick the everyday size catheter, we're going at 20. Love me a good 18. If I feel like I can get an 18, that'd be sick. I think I've only done like 1 or 2 16 since we got out of class. But yeah, I'd say a self-including 20 is like my bread and butter.
Your everyday driver. That's where I'm at. But I will say, if I need to do like a fluid resuscitation of some sort, and they only have small veins, I will start something small and try to engorge something bigger to get a bigger catheter.
Mm-hmm.
So there was some merit to your nonsense.
What was nonsense?
That's how you drive every day.
What are we laughing about right now? I'm being serious.
The insult I want to use, I can't.
Okay.
Why? Because you're built the same way?
I don't think he and I are built the same way at all. I'm tall and fat. He's short and skinny.
No. I'm talking about the intellectual level, brother.
Yeah.
Saying like you wanted to insult him about his autism, but you also have it.
No, I got it in a different font.
What's he have? An italicized and bold?
No, I got that Times New Roman, baby. 12 double space. I got that 12 double space, dog.
At least it's not Comic Sans.
What's Times Old Roman? Is there a Times Old Roman font?
I believe that would probably just be whatever you can chisel with into a rock.
We're all Romans? had the same handwriting?
Didn't they use hieroglyphs
No, there's no way.
No.
like in ancient times?
They spoke Latin.
Yeah, like in Egypt they used hieroglyphs.
So that would probably be the old Roman, which would be pretty
History lesson from the
uniform.
Thank You for the Consult podcast here today.
Which I feel like probably would have jived with some of your like learnings, because like looking at pictures versus like reading the word.
Yeah. Anyways, Aaron, I heard that you had a fun nursing home call, and I would love to
Yeah,
hear
I
about it.
just got done telling it for like 15, 20 minutes before the audio just completely wet the bed. So I
Well, let's
guess
hear
you're
it. Well,
expecting me to tell the story
I
again.
didn't hear it. I did not get a chance to hear it.
Yeah.
If you say please, I'll tell you, Tyler.
Will you please tell me, Aaron?
Oh, shucks. Okay. So there I was, 1 a.m.
Stormy night.
I was born a pauper to a pawn with an IV catheter in my hand. Now, it's like 1 a.m., all right? Ed came in before me, had a late call. I was on 24. He tells me about this call he has at nursing home. Some old lady, confused, tried to get state police over there because he can't handle an 86-year-old woman, whatever. So he sedated her because she was like trying to fight people and then took her to the ER. Well, as a good ER does, they subsequently discharged her so that way it would become the nursing home's problem again. And like a good nursing home, they waited till she did it again and then sent her right back to the ER. That was at 1 a.m. whenever I was working. So I go over there and I already know the rundown. Nurses try to start telling me what the rundown is. I already know. I got it. Okay. I was like,
Because
let me guess.
it's not even their patient. They just got there. So
Right, well, I was just like, I kind of wanted to see if they'd be confused a little bit. And I was like, let me guess. She fell and was confused and tried to fight everybody. They're like, how'd you know? I was like, I heard the story this morning. So she was doing like the old lying on the ground, left lateral recumbent thing. I hate you. I guess she had like an unresponsive episode, and I was like chilling. So I like
Did
checked her out. I
she,
started like,
or is that just what they're saying to justify
I
sending
mean,
her out?
she was on the ground.
Fair.
the ground's uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
She was on the ground.
I'm not
So
questioning you. I'm questioning the uh, nursing staff at the
yeah, no, they suck
skilled
for sure.
nursing facility.
Right. Yeah. Skilled. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, all right, I should probably do a physical assessment. You know how one does. I try to do that on some of my patients. So I go
Again,
touchy,
we
touchy,
should
touch.
probably bump that up to all patients.
Probably, but
Yeah.
can't win them all, buddy.
Well, fair.
Yeah. So I was like, let me do a little touchy touch thing here, right? And I was gonna try. I tried to be nice. I did. I put the charm on. I was like, maybe it's just they hate these nursing home ladies, like, because I do too. So I was like, maybe if I just go, oh hey, how'd you get down here? They push you, ha ha ha. Now maybe she'd like that. She did not. She had some great insults. She called me a quote son of a bitch in pants. Which I had the same reaction, Mr. Kelly. I was like, why would I be
She called you a son of a bitch in pants.
right? Yeah, like I was in fact a son of a bitch that was wearing pants.
So it's an accurate insult.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, she got to the core of who I was as a human being in about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Well, can we
props
ask?
to her. She's a great judge of character.
Yeah. What were these pants like? Bitch pants? Like
They
if
were
I saw your
AMS
pants, I'd
pants.
be like, man, those are bitch pants.
511s.
Like, were they extremely tight?
Nah, they just. You want me to go put them on for you?
No, that's okay.
I'll do a 360 for you. You can check me out.
Maybe later. All right. So, son of a bitch in pants.
Yeah. So I was like, we got some options here. I can hit her. Probably won't go very well. I can knock her out with some
Yeah.
drugs.
Don't hit old ladies.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm just going through the thought process. That's what popped in my head. I pushed it down. Okay. So
I still feel that's the wrong hand motion, but continue.
so I was like, okay, we got to get her up off
Try
the
it,
ground,
TK.
right?
It feels good.
Off the
I don't
ground.
know if I want to. We're talking about an old lady here. I don't know if I want
We got to
to.
get her. She's down here. We got to get her up here. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Oh, so now we're lifting. Okay.
yeah, but she's combative because I felt her up and she was like yelling at me. I was like, it can't be that hurt, but she's like trying to swing. She's trying to, she was doing one of them trying to bite at people and stuff. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So
Did she
I
have her
was like, all
teeth
right,
in? Were her teeth in?
yes.
Valid
I
question.
don't know if they were her regular teeth or dentures. She was 86, so probably dentures.
But there were teeth in there. That's what I'm
Right.
asking.
Well, like I
shouldn't,
said, I didn't do an assessment, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. So I
Doesn't
grabbed
sound
underneath.
like something you want to admit in front of an audience, but sure.
Right. Well, that's what EMTs are for doing your assessments for you. Yeah. Right. So I was like, all right.
I have a feeling there's some EMTs that watch this that don't like.
Well,
Yeah.
come at me then. You know.
Hey, you're
What are
provocative,
you
man.
gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
So
I'm going to do an assessment.
right. Well, that's what you're gonna do. But what are you gonna do? You know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I told the EMT I was working with, I was like, all right, we're gonna get her up off the ground. I need you to get like, 'cause she's like laying on her side. So I was like, you're gonna get like up underneath here, like how we do, but like make sure you grab her wrist here because she's gonna start doing one of these numbers, you know? Um, I'm gonna get underneath the other side. I looked at the nurse and I was like, whenever we do this, there is a full force donkey kick coming your way. I need you to grab her feet, pull down and together. That's what we're gonna do. Down, together, like you're milking another. Down, together, right? You have to really spell it out for these nurses because, like, they don't, they don't.
Milking an udder has
Is
to
this-
be something that you can only use in rural EMS.
That's what I was going to say. Like, is
Down.
milking and udder an industry term when you work in 10,000 square miles with one truck? Like, is that the industry term of how to do something? It immediately goes to livestock.
That's what you're doing whenever you like stay late after shift to finish paperwork. You're milking an udder.
I mean, shit, I'd take the overtime to milk an udder. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's just kind of like you're milking it for all it's worth. You're milking an udder. I just came up with this right now. Nobody says this. This is
Yeah.
just something I'd be saying. All right. I'm just gonna
Okay.
be honest with you. So anyway, I
That's
was
all
milking the udders, right? Well,
Milking
the
the
nurse
udder.
needed to milk the udders. So
Okay.
I was like, all right, we grab a hold of the legs, and I was like, I'm gonna distract her by like saying some stuff to her so she tries to bite me and doesn't try to bite anybody else. Cause like if somebody's gonna get workers' comp, it's gonna be me. I need a break. So she was like, you just wait till my kids see this. And I was like, how many kids do you have? And she's like, wouldn't you like to know? And I was like, yeah, that's why I asked, actually. I would, in fact, like to know. I was like, I bet they'll side with me. And she was like, no, they won't. And then she like tried to bite me. And I just like did one of these a little bit just to pull away. And then we put her in the car, right?
Like Matrix dodged it. Yeah.
Sound effects. Yeah. That was really impressive, I'm sure.
It was.
So, right, on the stretcher, people are standing on the sides, behind, and they're like, she's getting rowdy. I'm like, everybody just get out. So nobody gets hit, right? I'll like press the plus button on the stretcher and make it go up. Because that's where her feet are and she's trying to be kicky. So I press the button, it goes zzz. That's the sound a stretcher makes. We determined that earlier. It goes zzz.
You have to
and we
pay
take her
extra for
out.
the sound effects package on the stretchers.
Correct. Usually they sound like R2D2.
Option.
Yeah.
That is a premium option, yeah. So
Does
as
it
we're
come
going
with
out, she
the
starts.
underglow, or is that also extra and separate?
I
I
don't
feel
know how
like
to answer
the
that.
underglow is the a la carte to the sound system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah. Makes
the
sense.
way I imagine is like you ever play the racing game at the arcade
Yeah. Yeah.
and you get to like pick your add-ons and there's
Yeah.
like the loud muffler and then there's the spoiler, then there's the decals, then there's the underglow. Like I feel like it's that kind of like selection.
Oh, so each
I have
individual
never purchased
is a la
a
carte.
stretcher, but I imagine that's what it's like to add the option.
For the price that they are charged to get them, they should come with all that.
I agree.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So we're leaving the facility, and she starts yelling, "Help! Help! I'm being kidnapped!" And I was like, at this point, I'm gonna have some fun, right? So I said, I bet I can yell help louder than you. And so she started yelling help, and then I started yelling help at the same time as her. So she's going, "Help! Help! They're kidnapping me!" And I'm going, "Help! Help! We're kidnapping her!"
Well, who was louder?
Me. I did win.
I'm
I was
proud of
the
you, buddy.
loudest. The
We'll get you
nurses
a
laughed
trophy.
because I was getting rid of their problem, but that had to have been really inconvenient at 1 a.m. at a nursing home. I bet a lot of people were awakened by that.
Yeah, waking up more people, startling them when they're already not super balanced, and it's the middle of the night. Probably not
Sounds
For the
ideal.
words
avenue-
help.
It sounds like an avenue to get called back to that place. Like
It really
Right,
does.
but it was 2 minutes from the hospital, so we were having fun, you know?
if you're
Heck-
having fun,
heck
that's
yeah.
all that matters, Aaron. As long as you were having fun.
Thanks, Tyler. I appreciate that. This guy. So at that point, I said to my EMT, I was like, what if we start stacking these helps and build a little harmony action going on here? I was hoping that, like, you know, she was at like a help, and I was gonna hit her with a help, and then I wanted my EMT to go help, and I get like a little barbershop quartet situation
There you
going on,
go.
like
Hit
a
the
weemba help, a
magical
weemba
fifth
help,
note or whatever.
a weemba help, a weemba help. You know what I'm talking about? So
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. On your stretcher,
we get our little.
mighty stretcher. The old lady sleeps tonight.
Mhm. That is true. I was feeling like the king of the jungle, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't lying, baby.
Oh,
You ain't
I
lying.
see what you did there.
So we're in the ambulance. She's pulled off 2 of the 3 straps, and I'm getting concerned because the only one that's left is like the chest, abdominal, waist. You know, that top one.
Also, those feet
And
are
it's like
free. She
loose.
can start donkey kicking you.
Well, I'm behind her though, and she's not that
Okay.
capable because she couldn't stand up, so I wasn't that worried about it. You know.
Fair.
So I'm like, I need to tighten this strap up. So I start to reach for the strap, and I knew it was coming. She goes to grab for my hand, right? When she goes to grab for my hand, I grab her hand, right? She doesn't like that, so she pulls away. We do this 2, 3 times. On the 3rd time, I had a plan. I helped push her hand the way that she was pulling away from it. And then on the way back was the loose end of the stretcher strap, so I grabbed it and I went, and she did one of these. You ever see like those Velcro things where you like bounce and like you go and you get like starfished on the wall? It was like one of those, like she just starfished back into the stretcher. And then we got to the hospital, and the nurse there was bald like me. So she called him a bald headed bastard, which great insult, 9 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Top tier.
Get right,
Top tier.
get right to the core of your insecurity, you know, just like a middle
Was
schooler right there.
was he like shaved head or like he's going bald?
Yeah, he's like me. He embraced like being bald and he shaves it, but like you can tell, you know. You can tell. So the doc, you know, starts asking the nurse, like, hey, you know, she was here last night. There was something about shoulder pain. He's like, which shoulder was it? And the nurse says, it was the right shoulder. I was like, think it was the left shoulder. Just to be honest, I think it was the left one. So he starts looking through the chart. He's like, doc, you know, it was the left shoulder. And then the doc came over and he said, you bald-headed bastard.
Mic drop.
That's a great ending to that story.
I need to meet
Yeah.
this doc. Sounds like a lot of fun.
He's a cool guy.
And you know, I have all my hair, so maybe he'll like me a little more.
Right. Well, and if you just say which shoulder it was correctly the first time, he won't have to call you.
Wow. That too.
That's a wonderful ending to that story. Like that is the pinnacle mic drop story that I've heard of.
Earlier that same night, I saw somebody's gonads.
Okay. That hell of a transition.
Like not the sack, like the actual like inside.
Oh, I remember. You called me on this one.
I did. Not because I
Yeah.
needed paramedic help. I needed anger management help.
And documentation help.
Yeah. So it is not an evisceration, apparently.
What is it?
So I guess a laceration. It's like you pulled the curtains back.
Nothing came out, and the outer layer of skin was cut, but
Okay.
everything was still encased in the inner.
So you're saying
So there's like, I never knew this. There's an outer sac and an inner sac top.
had one aforementioned gonad protruded through the separation in the skin.
Protruded is a tough word because, like, yes, but like, really, it's just like you took the curtains, you just went peekaboo.
So it's like when you open the fridge, but like the food's still in a container.
Right.
Like you can see the food, but it's still in a container.
Right.
But
And
like
you
the
can't find the
fridge
ketchup.
door is open. Yeah. I'm saying, so that's what he had.
Analogy. That's not at all what I would have chose.
But like to me, an evisceration would be like I opened the fridge and all of the food just came pouring out of the fridge onto the floor. You know,
I get the analogy. I just think it's a very weird one.
I'm getting hungry.
Oh boy.
So yeah, no. So he had fallen. He falls all the time, and we were on another call. So if mutual aid came and got him, and apparently there was they took my approach, which is to not do an assessment. Apparently,
yeah.
And
see, that's why you do an assessment.
Yeah. Then some like clinic doc came over and was like checking it out and was telling me what to do about it, and I was like, I don't like you, but like this dude had an old sack.
I have another question. Was this like just somebody was checking them out and they happened to be a doctor, or did they come over like, hey, this is my friend who's a doctor, I'm going to call them because I feel like somebody should take a look at this?
The latter.
Oh, okay, well that's good. So it's not just somebody
Yeah.
creeping on this dude's
So
self.
I have a question and a story kind of for both of you. Have you ever had a patient who was trespassed from a residence, yet you have that patient at that residence?
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever asked if they've been trespassed. I've had patients that have been trespassed from the hospital, and like you can't take them there unless it's literally life or death. Because
That
like
seems illegal.
no, because like all of the nurses had PFAs on them.
Yeah, but I'm talking like a house. Like
Not that I'm aware of.
I've trespassed before.
Huh. I think
Is that the
that's
question?
it.
well, no,
Sounds exactly not what he's asking, but
no.
I'm glad to know that I'm friends
But
with a
I
criminal.
was curious on how others would be able to explain this. Not only was my patient trespassing, but he was also deceased in the house that he was trespassed from.
I think you have to be alive to commit a crime. So
Hey,
once you're dead, you're no longer trespassing. You're just there.
what's the Latin term for whenever like you can't get charged for something that like happened like in the past and then they make a new law about it? It's not habeas corpus, although habeas corpus does ironically apply here.
It's just habeas corpse at that point.
Show me the dead body.
Yeah, I mean, do you mean like double jeopardy or not double jeopardy? So I know it's not Latin. Like where you can't be
You move
charged
on. I'll
twice for the
Google it.
same thing.
No, I'll Google it. You move on.
Okay. So TK, you found somebody deceased
So
somewhere they should not have been.
so actually, it was actually this morning. I'm working with the wonderful paramedic Juanita Griffin.
Ah, I should have known that was coming
Yeah.
when there's some nonsense afoot. Go on.
So we get dispatched for the cardiac arrest. We show up. It's in like a Section 8 neighborhood of our town. Speaking of which, before we get
Nice
that far, you
place.
said you met some of my coworkers. What did you work up that way?
No, a couple of your coworkers. One was in one class that just finished. One's in a class that's currently running.
The
in math
statute of
class.
limitations.
Yeah, that's
Ex
the
post
statute.
facto, and the statute of limitations is underneath it. Before you try to tell me that the statute of limitations is not Latin, I know that.
That's not what I was going to refer to. But the question you asked was if you committed a crime and then they changed the law, making it no longer illegal, you couldn't be charged with said crime.
Right.
That's not what the statute of limitations is. The
No,
statute of
ex post
limitations
facto is that. The statute of limitations falls underneath that. But I just figured people would be familiar with it, and it's a similar concept. So why don't you stop coming at me?
I'm going to come at you, all right. Anyways, so you and Juanita
So
get
me and
dispatched
Juanita,
to a cardiac arrest.
like 5 minutes to 4 a.m. this morning, get dispatched for a cardiac arrest in a neighborhood that I can only explain to you as a Section 8 neighborhood. Don't recognize this address. I've never been to this particular unit. We're getting updated on the way there that this gentleman's more than likely been gone for some time. So we get there, we find this man.
He's in facto deado. Sorry.
He is in facto deado. Just a crazy little tiddly bit that you two would probably appreciate. He did have a swastika tattooed on his leg.
It's a shame. A shame to see him die.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
we do not support
yeah, you know,
Nazis here on Thanks for the Consult.
No, I just don't like to see anybody die. What are you talking about?
I know.
You support the death of Nazis?
I give up. Go on, Tyler.
he's surrounded by Bush ice cans. The family in the house says that 2 days ago he had a seizure. He fell down the steps.
And they left him there?
They never called 911. He didn't want checked out.
Okay.
I'll get into why they don't have a vehicle too. This is a crazy, crazy one. So we have determined that he is deceased. We go down to talk to, I believe it was his fiance. Obviously, she's very upset. She had talked to him just a couple hours prior. Said he was like sleep. He talks in his sleep, and she heard him talking.
Okay.
Like a couple hours.
Was he speaking in German?
That I don't know. I do not know the answer to that. While I'm talking to this lady, I'm saying, trying to get all the information for when we call a coroner's office. So, what's his medications? What's his history? Got an extensive history. has no current list of medications. She claims they're not from around here, and he hasn't seen a doctor in 2 years.
How did they get Section 8 housing?
So it's not their house.
Water.
So it's actually the woman's daughter, making it the deceased gentleman's stepdaughter. She's the one that actually has like a quote unquote contract for the house.
Okay.
So we get little information about him besides like his name, his birthday, the stuff that we can tell at coroner's office.
Sure.
So I go outside to call the coroner, tell the coroner, like, listen, we don't have much information, but like, here's where he is. Here's what they're telling me happened, less than 48 hours ago. Probably a good idea for y'all to come out here because they don't even know what funeral home they want because they're not from around.
How old is this guy?
59.
Okay, so he's, makes sense. So that's probably.
I can tell you that he did not appear to be 59. He definitely looked much older.
Okay.
So maybe he was a Nazi.
That I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
I mean, that'd be a lot older.
His date of birth was actually 20 years after the end of the war. Like,
probably not a Nazi then.
yeah, chances of him actually being a Nazi are very small.
I did not see that one coming.
Yeah. So
what?
I'm outside on the phone. What do I mean?
I have no idea.
I said I did not see that one coming.
All right, I got it.
Good. That's a good one.
It wasn't worth deviating for. Please continue.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, TK. Please.
Anyway, I'm outside on the phone. I'm giving them information, saying like, yeah, there's not much, like, don't have much information. He's probably gonna need to get picked up by you guys anyway. And as I'm on the phone,
you're gonna need a ride. They're
trying to like ask me more questions about like the kid and the family that are in the house. I'm like, the only person I know of is this alleged longtime fiance. Police officer comes out and says, yeah, he's actually trespassed from this address. And I was like, how does that work? How are you trespassed from the place you've been living at for multiple years?
Also, seems somewhat irrelevant because don't worry, he won't be back.
I mean, yes, but the alleged fiance is also trespassed, and she's still in.
Wait, so everybody in the house shouldn't be in the house
except for one person
who is not there.
Who is this? No, she is there. That is the daughter of the fiance, stepdaughter to the patient.
Okay. I think I'm picking it up.
Listen better, Fior.
So,
TK, I'm sorry about him. Please continue.
So the coroner says, yeah, because of the fall and everything, we're gonna come pick him up. Right. So we tell the family, like, the coroner's gonna be coming. We'll hang out with you. They were coming from Presby, so it was only like 35, 45 minutes. So while we're standing outside, the police are like telling us that the stepdaughter, the person who's actually contracted the home, and her friend, who is also currently in the house, were pulled over at like 9 o'clock last night and found to have a crack pipe in their possession. And their vehicle got towed.
These people sound like a good time.
Yeah. So there was this huge, and all the while, right? All the while, we're standing out by the police car, waiting patiently for the medical examiner's office. What runs across the street? A skunk.
Perfect.
Who am I working with? The one person who is the most fascinated by animals, Juanita Griffin.
Did you have to give her a tomato soup bath after this call?
No.
Did she catch it?
No, she wanted to. And I urged her with the utmost sincerity not to follow the skunk.
Yeah, I would just ask the officer to tase her at that point.
And then she was curious because she had gotten a banana from the hospital we went to earlier in the night. Was curious if skunks ate bananas.
Do they?
I don't know, but I didn't want her to find out.
Now I'm going to have to look it up.
Well, they're French. Skunks are French, so they probably would be more likely to eat a croissant.
Are you serious? Like they're actually French?
Yeah. Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, he's talking about Pepe Le Pew, the cartoon. Skunks,
which is based on a true story.
They can eat bananas?
They can. They are omnivores, and their diet includes a variety of fruits, vegetables, and insects, and small animals. Bananas are a safe and nutritious treat for skunks in moderation. So,
dude, I was looking up how many raisins someone's allowed to eat the other day. Way over the threshold. I'm consuming way too many raisins.
I could have told you that.
Right. But like, what do you think? What do you think is the recommended maximum amount of raisins?
Like just straight raisins?
Yeah, just straight raisins.
Less than 30.
No, like do it by like a measurement, like a pint, a cup, a gallon. You know, like however you pick a
Half a
measurement.
cup. Half a cup.
I'd say a full cup.
Yeah, so it says half a cup to a cup between the two. You guys got it. Definitely eating more than a cup of raisins
Okay.
daily.
Side note: why are you eating so many raisins?
He
Okay, let me
hyperfixates on
counter that.
foods.
No,
And
no,
it's
no,
not
no, no,
just
no, no,
raisins,
no, no,
it's
no, no,
all
no, no,
grape
no.
products.
No, because I prefer the grape over the raisin.
Yes, I've had
So
a
you've
raisin.
so you've never had a raisin?
I mean, I've had a raisin, yes, but I prefer.
What are we talking about then? They're
What?
amazing. That it speaks for
No,
itself.
no. So
I
TK,
don't even think I need to raisin a better point.
you need to raisin a better joke there. That was terrible.
These puns are. They
But
started out very
TK,
well.
to catch you up, before we start any podcast, he eats about a fist or two full of raisins or grapes or both, and then has a glass of wine or grape juice or some type of grape product enters his body via his mouth at least, I'd say, 7 to 10 times a day.
I'm in no means a doctor, and we all understand my diet of cheese, right? But I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I'd watch before I get up on a high horse because I'm
No,
not
no,
sure that
I
cheese is better than raisins.
hold on. I acknowledged it myself before anybody else could call it out. Everybody calm down. But like, I would feel like there's probably definitely something happening with the amount of grapes that travel through Aaron's colon. Like,
I'm assuming the two
We're
of you
we are
have
we are
two very
grossly
different GI issues based
we
off
are
of your.
grossly exaggerating my grape related consumption.
it,
Okay,
but to
We
me,
are
I've
it
been
not.
out of
doesn't sound,
raisins. No, no, no,
but
no,
to
no.
me, it doesn't
I've been out of
sound like it.
raisins. I've been out of raisins for like 4 days now.
And have
The
you,
fact that you hold on, the fact that you know that is a problem.
Well, it's like,
Aaron,
do I want to go to the grocery
Never
store?
heard anybody
No.
say I have to go to the store because I'm out of raisins.
Well, I need to go to the store because I'm out of food.
yeah.
I'd be
I,
forgetting
I,
to eat. Sometimes I have sleep for dinner.
I'll talk to Aaron sometimes and he's like, hey, I'm making whatever. And I'm like, why are you like, I don't know, peanut butter, jelly, and eggs. I'm like, why are you eating this combination of odd foods? Like, that's all I have. I'm like, well, like, do you need money or no? I'm just not going to the grocery store. Like
I do
he'll
have 8 boxes of peanut butter
yeah.
refrigerated protein bars right now.
Like he legitimately is like the human version of a raccoon. He would just eat random crap before he goes to the grocery store. Yeah. But it's
I
like
just nibble.
the thing though that you eat very regularly that really just messes with my brain chemistry is the eggs and jelly.
No,
Like,
so
it's
I
just
have dippy eggs. I don't eat. You made it sound like I have just like a pile of jelly there. Okay, stop. I make dippy eggs, and then I just put. I have 2 pieces of toast, and I put just a little bit of jelly on them, and then I still dip it.
And that doesn't. Nothing sounds wrong with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
That sounds like something you could literally order, eat, and work.
eggs do not
Huh.
need jelly.
Well,
Jelly and eggs.
we know that you'd be having texture issues, Fior.
Yeah, obviously.
He's
Obviously,
got
I'd be
sensory
having
problems.
texture issues and sensory issues.
I'd be having text issues because I don't have Times New Roman font. Call back.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, but you know, I can't. The other day we were driving home from somewhere, I don't remember, and my wife was asking me like, "Oh, what do we need from the grocery store?" I was like, "Oh, I could use some coffee
Raisins.
creamer." I didn't mention raisins, but so something that I do is like I'll just be like all in on a certain food or beverage forever, and then like one day I'm like, well, I've had just about enough of that. I'll never have that again, and it's just dead to me forever. So she's like, I'm gonna buy more, and like this specific. I really like the Christmas cookie coffee creamer. It's delicious. But she's like, I'm going to be so pissed because I'm going to buy like 10 of these and then you're just going to decide you're done with them forever. I was like, yeah, probably. That is very likely.
Well, that's a
gonna
whole
happen.
separate thing, which is why are we buying 10 of an item that expires?
Sounds like a Sam's Club run or a coffee.
Yeah. So because like as it gets colder, I stop drinking energy drinks and start drinking a lot more coffee, mainly for the warmth.
And a lot more Shakalicious gummies.
Dude, those Shakalicious gummies. Do you have any of those left?
Nah, dude.
TK, have you ever had a Shakalicious gummy?
How is a Shakalicious gummy?
All right. So my wife does like this extreme couponing nonsense.
I can tell from the 10 creamers you were about to buy. Yeah.
Dude, you have no idea. Come to my house. I'll show you her little storage room.
He had to add storage shelves for the discount
Yeah.
items.
I believe it.
Yeah. But one of the items.
It negates the savings because you had to buy
Yeah.
more storage.
Exactly.
What you
But-
saved you to spend on shelves.
Exactly.
She's like, look at how much money we saved. And you're like, look at how much money I spent.
Yeah. And how much energy into putting these shelves together. But my understanding was these gummies were like discontinued item at a store. And I don't know which. It's one of the Dollar Tree, Dollar General. I don't know. But like if
Who can
they
imagine that Shackless's gummies wouldn't be just flying off the shelves?
right. But like
Right.
apparently if they've discontinued the SKU in their system, you can buy them for a penny, but you have to buy every single one they have. So she bought like, 100 Shacklicious gummies for $1. It's just because they're
Shaquille O'Neal
just
sponsors
giant Shaq faces. It's just his face as a gummy. It's absurd.
Shaq does it all, dude.
He does. You'll have to
He
you'll have
sells
to come
cars,
over. I'll
insurance,
give you one.
gummies.
Doesn't he have a liquor brand too?
Probably. They all do.
I know he's a
Him
cop.
and Snoop, bro. Him,
Yeah,
Snoop,
he
and Kevin
is.
Hart.
He's the sheriff. Dude, how do we get Thanks for the Consult bourbon like commissioned?
How do we get Shaquille O'Neal on Thanks for the Consult?
Feel like you gotta
I have
name.
no
You
idea.
can't name it. Thanks for the consult bourbon though. It's gotta be like. Copy the order of like in some weird order of medication that we haven't used in forever. Like
Phenagrin,
sure,
although that's an
Rapamil. Like,
antiemetic.
just liquid for this fucking. Here's your bottle of Rapamil. Like,
I feel like there might be some issues somewhere calling it something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think we need
Yeah,
our
that might
own.
get,
you
that
know,
might get
like
caught
you
up
know
in the
how
FDA.
like Conor McGregor, how he has like his
Yeah.
own whiskey. He doesn't call it Conor McGregor's whiskey. He calls it Proper 12.
All right. What if we call it TFTC bourbon?
You could, but I was thinking like you could put a cool name on.
He's like, I was thinking we could come up with a better idea, Fior.
Yeah. We'll just call it TK bourbon.
I wasn't saying me. I'm saying like
You could
I
get a
know,
Kelly
I'm just messing with
case.
you.
like
Ooh.
what would it
A
be
Kelly
like?
case.
A Kelly
Yeah.
case?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's if you buy a whole case of it, you get a Kelly case.
It'd be like a TK bobblehead comes with a whole case of Thanks
That
for the
would be
Consult
funny.
bourbon.
You would only have to start making the mustache obnoxiously large.
Like, could we get
We
you
could
like
start
the
making-
big
No.
handlebar?
What we do is we tell people they'll
Listen.
grow a mustache if they drink it.
There you go. I rolled out of bed for this fire call that I was on before I joined you gentlemen. So it's not all done up, but when it is, man, does it curl. It looks lovely.
Would
Hey fellas,
any
I hate to interrupt
of
here,
our
but I
former
do have to.
coworkers-
I do need to go. I have to go save some lives here.
That's fine. Aaron, we love you. I miss you. Have a safe shift.
Can you make me a promise today?
Probably not, but go ahead and ask.
Will you assess your patience, please?
I'll consider it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for the consult.
Thank you for the consult, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Aaron.
Have fun. Be safe. Tell all your peeps I said hi.
I'm gonna go use a bunch of non-occluding catheters.
Right on. Hey, do
I
me a
hope that
favor. Get yourself some raisins. I don't need you detoxing from raisins mid-shift,
I'm
especially if
withdrawing.
you're
That's why I'm.
not using.
That's why I'm acting out today. Yeah.
I'd maybe just let's get some raisin in you.
Woke up and chose raisinless violent.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're raising a good point there, Fior.
tend to. Let's
Yeah.
see what you did there.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, Aaron.
As always, we have had some nonsense today.
Good day.
But dude,
What
your
about-
mustache, when it grows out, does it resemble that of any of our former coworkers?
Yeah, but it looked better under a white fire helmet.
Do you have a cigar?
No, but that is the next one.
Yeah, you definitely can't be rocking like the white helmet, a coat, no pants, walking around a fire scene if you don't have a cigar.
And it's definitely the next one.
Yeah, you need a cigar for sure. Like, it doesn't have to necessarily be lit. You could just be chewing on it, but you have to have a cigar
Yeah.
for sure. Dude, I
Definitely.
remember back 2000, like before 2010. Like, I'd go on calls on the turnpike, and one of the troopers just had like an ashtray that he like double-sided taped to the console in his cruiser, and he'd smoke cigars in there. And, like, he'd open the windows and just like all the smoke billows out. Like, if it's raining, he'd just be hotboxing in there, smoking his cigar. It's great. Like, you're a gem.
I will do it one day. I will be either riding the seat or driving the boys to a fire with a cigar in my mouth. It will happen.
There you go.
I refuse to not let it happen. It will happen.
I mean, it's a thing, man. It's dude, that how long is it? Like, I remember when I first got in, you could smoke in the rigs, you could smoke in most of the station. Like, they had just stopped letting you smoke in the rental halls. But like you could smoke in any of like the crew areas. So like the day room, the rigs, things like that.
Yeah, and that was what, oh 04?
No, so that'd be like '02, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that all kind of like that smoking
Yeah.
stuff started to go away. That's gonna make you feel, but it started to go away like the older I got. Like there was less and less
Hmm.
places to like.
Oh yeah. Like I remember going to like Eaton Park and Denny's and stuff, and like you could sit in the smoking section, and now obviously it's hard to find a bar that you can smoke in, but there's still a few left. I was down at the casino yesterday helping out with a big CPR class, and I was amazed that you could actually smoke in there. I haven't been there in years, but I was like, wow, awesome.
Yeah, I know like the Vegas casinos, like even if they're not completely all smoking, there's definitely like a section.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like every little like there's every once in a while you'd see like a little pocket of machines that have like no smoking stickers on it, and then everything else like had ashtrays on the machines and stuff. So I mean, I guess they don't. Yeah.
They let people do it when I was on my cruise. I didn't realize that they let people smoke in the casino on the cruise.
Yeah. Some cruise lines will do that. Some they have just designated smoking areas and they're all
I mean,
outside.
yeah, like they
Yeah.
still had like one whole side of the ship up on the top deck was considered like a smoking section.
Yeah.
But like I did not expect to go walking through the casino
Yeah.
and people just like chugging them down. Like it just I did not expect that. I thought
Yeah. No,
for a vessel that's very concerned about fire, like
yeah. I mean, I will say most of those ships are like pretty good fire safety wise. Like I guess my understanding is most of the crew members are trained essentially to like, basic fire academy levels. But as it pertains to ships, and then they have like all kinds of suppression systems, and it's kind of crazy. Like I've seen some of like the behind the scenes stuff. Like it's crazy the amount of like stuff in there. But yeah, like they have like a whole like little mini hospital on board.
yeah, I had a family member that went on a cruise and ended up getting sick, and they like basically the stewards like ratted her out to the onboard doc, but like then she went down to the clinic and they gave her like some Dramamine or some Zofran or something, and
Yeah,
then like just sent up a case of water to the room like no charge, and then like
nice.
called the next day to like make sure she was feeling okay. Like
Yeah,
I was trying to ask her like what was like she wasn't she's not really like medical minded, but I was trying to be like, hey, what are they like? I'm assuming there's obviously got to be at least one doctor.
yeah. So they all have a doctor, some number of nurses, and some number of paramedics.
Yeah, I figured.
Um, which I thought it'd be cool to be like a medic on one of those, but
I'm not gonna lie. I looked into not so much like it's actually kind of the opposite way of a cruise ship, but like a oil rig.
yeah, yeah, dude, that's getting big.
Like I definitely look. I mean, one obviously the money's really good, but like I could only imagine like being the guy for like an entire oil rig. Like that
Yeah,
would be kind of crazy.
high stakes for sure. But yeah, no, that'd be an um interesting thing to do. But the problem with those is like that's a young man's single man's game because it's just you're out for a long time. You know what I mean? Like you've got weeks on, week off, weeks on, week off. It's yeah, it's just difficult with a family, but the money is good from what I hear.
From all the places I looked, and it is very good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I yeah, you'll have to let me know if you do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've kicked it around. It's interesting to look at And it's actually kind of funny because I was actually rewatching some of your episodes the other day. And
Yeah.
interesting to talk about and think about what getting that medic cert, like what the doors that it opens for you. Like
Yeah.
not that you can't necessarily do something like go do something as an EMT, but like the minute you're
Definitely easier as a medic.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Just like looking at all the different places you could go, the different
Oh,
things.
yeah. There's so much. There's like weird things you never even thought about. Like movie sets have medics on them that are getting paid to just like be part of the movies. Like somebody gets hurt, sick, whatever, but they're, you know, get like a full behind the scenes of movies with like, whomever. So there's like, I don't know. There's all those, like sporting events, obviously. I got to do a cool standby at a rodeo. It was awesome.
Yeah, I did hear what you talking
Yeah. Mm, Talking with Taylor and Juanita about that.
was. Yeah.
But, Taylor being from Butler County was like, yeah, no, that's just normal. I was like, yeah, well, it was nifty to me.
Yeah. Those of us who have no idea what that's about. To those of us who've watched a season of Yellowstone, it's weird to see it on a different
All right.
level.
Dude, I was telling there's like this lady that like rides like barefoot, no saddles, just standing on two horses, and there's four horses, and she's like controlling them all. Then they're jumping over like a flaming thing, and it was crazy.
Absolutely wild.
But well, hey man, thanks for jumping on today and helping us out here.
Yeah.
It's always good to talk to you. We'll have to get together soon. But thanks for the consult, buddy.
Yes, sir.
And
Just remember, don't die where you're trespassed.
yeah, that's gonna be, I think, the episode of or the name of the episode. Don't die where you're trespassed. So
It's so weird. I didn't even know what to say to the ME. She walked up to me and she's like, "So the people back at the office want to know why he's trespassed." I was like, "I can't tell you why. I can just tell you that he is."
yeah, I mean, it seems irrelevant, but it's definitely something I want to know because it's a weird factoid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I mean, he's dead.
you're trespassed, but you live there, and now you
Yeah.
die.
I guess they might have been asking is like, do we think like there's foul play involved because he's not supposed to be here? I guess that
I,
kind of makes sense
I
for
guess
them.
so. I was
Yeah.
real headstrong on that. It's just weird that you you died at a place that you're not allowed to.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, thanks again, man. Thanks for the consult. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but anybody listening interested in joining us, please don't be afraid to reach out. Thanks for the consult at gmail.com. And we'll catch you all next week.